Starting pitching. You know it, you love it. And today we're going to dive into 5 MLB starting pitchers who could be ideal and low-cost trade candidates come July 30th. Let's not waste any more time and get right into it. First MLB trade pitching candidate I want to talk about is going to be Trevor Williams. The Nationals are one of the several teams in the absolute mess that is the hunt for the NL wildcard spots, and given the state of the roster, they could be a team that could look to do a little bit of both buying and selling. Right-hander Trevor Williams looks to be a player the Nats could look to move. While Williams is currently working his way back from a right flexor strain, his early season performance could make him an appealing trade candidate. In 11 starts, Williams posted a 2.22 ERA in 56 2/3 innings, averaging just over 5 innings a start. While he struck out only 47 in that span, he limited the walks to just 16. He's done a good job with limiting base runners this season. His .281 FIP and +10 run value on his fastball are some of his best since 2018, which was his career best season. Now, teams who could look for a guy like a Trevor Williams are going to include the Guardians, Royals, and Red Sox, at least that's in my opinion. Trevor Williams is a very interesting candidate right now because of the injury, so if you want like a lottery ticket kind of addition that could have some pretty good upside, I mean the FIP is not lying, then Trevor Williams might just be your guy. Next player I want to talk about is going to be Cal Quantrill from the Colorado Rockies. Colorado is having a season that, well, it's happening. However, there have been some positive developments during the season for the Rockies. After a tough year in Cleveland in 2023, Cal Quantrill has bounced back with the Rockies. Rockies in pitching development? I'm sorry, did I read that right? Yes, okay. The right-hander has posted a .377 ERA and .457 FIP across 130 innings and 18 starts. He is only on a $6.5 million salary for this season and has one more year of arbitration eligibility. And while Colorado is definitely not anywhere close to contention, selling high on an arm like Quantrill to get a good prospect haul is definitely shaping up to be a pretty good idea. The market looks to be a seller's market for starting pitching specifically, given the high demand around the league. And while Quantrill has a subpar 6.6K per 9, his ground ball rate has shot up to a career best 46.4%, thanks to the incorporation of a splitter, as well as ditching his four-seamer for a sinker. Will this approach work outside of Coors Field? Well, if his .358 ERA away from Colorado can indicate something, I would certainly say that. Now, who could be in the market for a Cal Quantrill? Teams that could be fits for Quantrill would include the Astros, Mariners, and Phillies, as you can see on screen. I would throw the Padres in there because, bias. However, to see Quantrill pitch this way really satisfies my inner prospect evaluator because this was a guy I was really high on and did not want them to trade when they traded for Mike Clevenger. Yeah. Next trade candidate is going to be Chris Flexen of the White Sox. Now, I talked a little bit about Chris Flexen in my This Trade Could Shatter the League video, which is in the description. Like I said in that video, Flexen could be a solid back end of the rotation guy to really just eat innings for a team with a strong infield defense and also a good pitching R&D department. Flexen has posted a .449 expected ERA, and his off-speed pitches have shown promise this season, despite a four-seamer that carries a -8 run value. Chris Flexen is not really going to cost you that much in terms of prospect capital, and a team could definitely reap the benefits if they fix his four-seamer or just be like, hey, ditch it, go with what works. Flexen could also provide some service as a long reliever if a team already has an established rotation, which definitely broadens the spread of teams that could be in the market for his services. Teams I could see being interested in an arm like Chris Flexen are the Padres, like I said in my other video. Also, Arizona, the Giants, and even his former team in Seattle could possibly have trade interest in the right-hander, given Seattle's having injury woes in their starting rotation, and so is San Francisco and Arizona. So Chris Flexen could be a guy who could you just make a one-for-one swap and you get yourself a depth starting pitcher who could come out of the bullpen if needed. Next pitcher I want to talk about is probably the biggest wild card, and that would be Marlins right-hander Yonny Chirinos. The Marlins don't really have a lot of healthy arms that they could look to trade away. Yuri Perez is out for the year, Sandy Alcantara is out for the year, Edward Cabrera just came back. However, this video is about low-cost trade arms, and Yonny Chirinos could be definitely intriguing. The former Ray and Brave is having a solid start to his campaign in the majors. He has a .419 ERA and .338 FIP across 4 starts in just under 20 innings at 19 1/3. Chirinos has been a swingman before in his MLB career, and this short stretch of solid performance, plus a 3 ERA and 46% ground ball rate in 66 innings at AAA Jacksonville this season, could be an intriguing numbers to look at for an MLB team. Chirinos' slider and splitter have been his best offerings this season, as they kind of have been for a lot of pitchers this season, with batters hitting under the Mendoza line against both of those offerings. Chirinos would really not cost you a lot. He's making the prorated league minimum for the season. The teams like the Guardians, the Twins, the Cardinals, the Giants, they could all be in the running for him. I think the Giants would be a team to watch if they're going to make a deal. San Francisco really loves to have their arms kind of be like, okay, opener, okay, bulk reliever, okay, this and that. So having Yonny Chirinos, who's done this before, could fit like a glove for the Giants, although they definitely will not be the only team involved. And last but not least, let's talk about probably the guy who's going to cost the most in terms of prospects in this entire video, Rays right-hander Zach Littell. The Rays have shown that they really like to get started on the trade festivities early, don't they? They traded Aaron Civale to Milwaukee last week. However, given how smart the Rays front office is, I could see them making a move to trade another member of their rotation in Zach Littell. With Jeffrey Springs and Drew Rasmussen likely coming back after the All-Star break, as a matter of fact, Springs is already on a rehab assignment, and the Rays likely to embrace their usual buying, selling, kind of shuffling parts around, moving Zach Littell with 1.5 years of team control left would be a logically sound move. Littell has been very solid for the Rays this season. As in 18 starts, he's recorded a 4.44 ERA and 3.66 FIP in 95 1/3 innings, striking out 91 and walking only 17. Littell's slider has been his best pitch this season with a +9 run value, and the right-hander continues to get whiffs in bunches, getting whiffs on 33% of swings against him. Teams who could be interested in Littell and his team control would likely be the Houston Astros, Cleveland Guardians. You can see the Atlanta Braves pop up in there, as he would likely be cheaper than Zach Eflin, who they've also shown interest in. Philadelphia could also be interested, and even a team who is kind of on the outside looking in, trying to contend, like Pittsburgh, like the Pirates, could even be interested in Zach Littell. And Pirates fans, before you say it, first off, thanks for watching the video. Before you say it, no, this is not going to be another Chris Archer deal. Watch it be another Chris Archer deal. Oh, Pirates fans, I am so sorry. And there we have it, folks. 5 starting pitchers that could be on the move and may not necessarily break a team's farm system in a trade at the trade deadline. Let me know what other trade candidates you would like me to cover next. I've got another video on the way tomorrow, diving into a few more pitching trade candidates, and it's gonna be spicy. Feel free to comment down below what you thought about some of the candidates in this video, who you think could be traded where. I love to read the comments. It's really fun to see what people think about these trade scenarios. With that being said, feel free to like and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching this video. As you can see on screen, new end screen, but you can see 2 more of my videos there. Thank you again, once again, for watching. This is Standard Baseball, signing off.